Oh. Huh. Greetings and welcome, brave citizens of our new world. I am Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our Layer 3.0, and today is day 15 of our VEDA challenge, VEDA, vlogging every day in April. It's Easter! We're halfway there. And I feel like 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag. Though it is raining outside, it's my favorite kind of weather. I'm really excited. Something romantic about the rain, I don't know. Which meme annoys you the most? Across the universe. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't. And it takes forever. Like, the punchline is like 5 minutes long. You've said in the past that you would dissolve the United Nations upon coming into power, but would you establish a similar organization to follow the voicing of problems by different areas/groups? Or would that be left to those in charge of the various areas? Now, there'd still be like a council that comes together. It would be very similar to the United Nations, but it's not going to be the United Nations because all of those people are representatives of areas of the world that no longer exist. Favorite broke food? I'm a college student who hasn't had time to get groceries nor the money, could use some new recipes. I actually make a really sick casserole. It's like one of my signature dishes. Out of Kraft Dinner cheese, just adding extra cheese into it and then the cheese on top. A can of tuna and frozen vegetables. Like, I microwave the frozen vegetables for a little bit on defrost so that they're like basically steamed in their own water. And then strain the water out. Once you finish making a thing of Kraft Dinner, I put the vegetables in, I put in the tuna, mix it, pour it into a glass dish, put cheese on top of that, bake it, boom. Also, I don't use milk to make the Kraft Dinner, I just use butter. Just comes out better that way, I don't know. Did Hess ever take you on that butthole sniffing adventure? Nope. Left me high and dry. Makes me sad. Dear Doc, when you hit the bar, what do you drink? I'm a rum and coke kind of guy. I've escaped an escape room today, so I am curious, have you tried them? Would you attempt to do so with some of your companions or sword enemies, perhaps to prove your quick thinking and leadership? Sort of. I mean, I'm a guy that prefers, violent solutions to certain problems, and so usually when I go into those systems that are like, oh, it's a puzzle for the sake of puzzle solving and stuff like that, I end up breaking a lot of those puzzles. No, Doc, you're not supposed to use particle weapons to get through the glass barrier. You have to solve the horse puzzle. F*** off. What would you style yourself when you take over? I.e. Supreme Leader, King of the World, etc. Or would that be too much of an ego thing? I want to take a page out of Dr. Steele's book and say World Emperor. Do you have on your anti-psi sack? That would explain as to why you did not get hit by the snowball. Snowball fight, creates a snowball with pyrokinesis, teleports into Dr. Terawatt. There's someone somewhere who's getting hit with a bunch of snowballs, and I feel bad for that person. I mean, I've got a power station that's right next to the building here, so I feel like maybe that's causing some kind of weird distortion. Maybe it's throwing you off. I don't know. I've often heard your friends and cohorts talking about you campaigning for the mayor of Toronto. Is it just a running in-joke about you ruling Toronto with an iron sparking fist, or is it something you might actually do someday? Oh no, it's something I plan to do. The only reason I didn't run against Rob Ford was because I didn't have the money to put my name in the thing. It turns out that's all you need, is just some money to put your name on the ballot. And then we were going to start putting up, like, propaganda posters all over the city, just for fun. Like, I don't expect to win, but I'm going to the next chance we get. That reminds me, I gotta figure out when the next mayoral elections in Toronto are. Dear Doc, I've been watching since your first outings on the Terrible Warriors back before their own rebranding. Question, I'm an inventor, mostly nuclear-powered arsenals. I know you have far more cleaner alternatives. How would I apply my talent to Evil Incorporated, daily tasks and the whatnot? Okay, so every day we get about, like, somewhere between 2 to 5 questions about joining Evil Incorporated in different facets and stuff like that. Yes, that will be a thing as soon as our new website is up and as soon as, everything's been gotten finished. Like, the rebranding literally started with me releasing that video and setting up this new channel here. The new website, a lot of the new structuring, there's still a bunch of work to be done on Patreon and a bunch of other things haven't been finished yet because I've had my hands full doing this and building weapons and building another suit of armor. So this will be a thing, just give me a minute, okay? Just be patient. Yeah, most of the fandom is very frustrating and even despicable, but Steven Universe itself is an amazing show. Speaking of shows, have you watched Mystery Science Theater 3000's new season? If so, what do you think? If not, you should. Or haven't you watched Mystery Science Theater 3000 itself? I've actually watched a lot of the previous MSG 3K stuff. I'm interested in seeing the new stuff because I saw an ad for it. It has Patton Oswalt in it, so that seems interesting. And it's good to see him working again so soon after the passing of his wife, so that's good. Two-part question, my good sir. One, will you be at YetiCon this year? Should be. Yeah, I've got a room. Two, I know you have talked about ending all wars in your rule, but what about the console wars? Will you let multi-console battles continue or force the companies into working together and making one? A part of me wants to say that we're just going to sweep all the consoles out and it just be PC-based gaming, or that we're just going to have one company that does consoles going forward so we don't have multiple consoles and stuff like that. What I'm going to say is that games can't be console exclusive anymore, because I don't like that. But having multiple consoles is really cool because then you get things like the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch, where like the Nintendo Switch is basically like a mix between a console and a portable gaming console, which is really friggin' cool. But then you also get the PS4, which is just like the classic high-end, you know, home gaming console. Neither of which I own because I've become a PC person, but you know, I think it's actually good to have, you know, different companies making consoles and sort of competing with each other and stuff like that. It's a healthy competition. It creates, you know, some good stuff. So aside from taking to the streets in Saints Row III, rebuilding the Terawatt Estate in Darkest Dungeon, and creating a crusade of fire in Dark Souls 3, are there any other games you've been considered streaming? The only reason I ask is because I have some in my Steam library, but they, well, it could be better. Seriously, who still plays Brink anymore? Yeah, I've got a lot of games in my library that people have just sort of thrown at me that I haven't really had a chance to either play or am not going to play because they're bad games. I mean, I always want to do more XCOM. I want to get back into GTA 5. There's a bunch of other games that I wanted to try to get into on Steam, but I just don't have room on my PC for it, so I'm probably going to start like a little thing to try and raise a couple of bucks to get a larger hard drive. StarCraft was another one that I wanted to try to get through, because that's just super fun. So you've stated before that you plan to teach your robots about emotions to prevent a Skynet scenario. Does that mean that it would be possible for them to form a bond with the people they were created to protect? In short, would I be able to get a Robro? Yeah. Yes. That is 100% correct. Like, I thought that it would be so cool to have robots that could simulate and experience real emotions and could form serious emotional bonds with the people that they work with or care for. I think that would just be the coolest thing ever. You were called into war in Westeros. To which house do you pledge your loyalty to? I myself am a Stark and follow the true king of the North. I love Stark, don't get me wrong. I think he's a really cool guy. I think he makes like a few mistakes, but I mean everybody in that show makes a few mistakes. And while I'm a Northerner myself and I like Stark, I gotta say, the dragons, man, I can't say no to those dragons. Targaryen, all the way. Greetings and salutations, Doc. Is there a scene from a show or movie that still, to this day, brings an evil tear to your evil eye? I'm bad, and that's good. I'll never be good, and that's not bad. There's no one I'd rather be than me. And that is all the questions that we have for today. I'm recording this as of like 11 in the morning, having gotten absolutely no sleep last night, so I'm exhausted. Thank you everybody though for sending in your questions. I really appreciate it. Sorry today's going to be a little shorter than usual, I think. And if you have any more questions, of course, leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, my brave citizens, I'm Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our Layer 3.0, and I will see you tomorrow on our next episode of VEDA. End of line.